Arthur's Missing Pal is apparently his first movie, which I think is pretty sweet. I'm surprised there aren't more films based on Arthur. It's still popular today. It was definitely one of my childhood favourite cartoons. I absolutely adored it. When I saw this, when I saw the poster work for this, I looked at the CGI and thought, that doesn't look that contemporary. But I also don't think it's that old. I was struggling to place the style of it. It turns out it was released in 2006, which is a bit longer ago than I actually expected, and for some reason I don't know why this has passed me by for 16 years. Nevertheless, I can say it was probably worth the wait as a one-time watch. It's directed by Yvette Kaplan, written by Ken Scarborough, and we have Carr Thompson as the voice of Arthur. And in this one, the title makes it pretty obvious. Pal escapes from the house, and Arthur and DW and their friends try and find the missing dog. The majority of this is Arthur feeling really guilty and trying to find Pal. And as a viewer, sometimes or eventually we know where Pal is, but much more quickly than Arthur does. And I like that element of dramatic irony, but it does withhold the information about how Pal escaped. And I thought that was actually pretty impressive. I hadn't expected it to be quite so much of a mystery. We don't find out until very near the end what actually happened and how Pal managed to escape. And I was really impressed with that. I was really pleased with that. It's actually quite emotional. If you have a pet, if you have an emotional attachment to an animal, it actually can get a little bit upsetting because it really does make you think about what would happen if your pet escaped, and in particular, if they ended up going somewhere else. It gets a little bit ludicrous at some point with an ice cream factory, and it becomes quite unrealistic and hard to kind of engage with at one point. But for the younger viewer, the target audience, a part of which I am not nowadays, but the target audience is going to find that kind of fun, kind of silly. There's another big dog at the ice cream factory. Definitely not, health and safety approved. But there are elements of it that could be quite fun. But for me, it was just emotional, and I really wanted the best for Pal. Also, why does Pal never grow up? Pal is always a puppy. He is always adorable, but he is always a puppy. The collar and, the muddy paw prints and all of these little clues they broke my heart. Now, as a fan of Arthur, the cartoon series, I would have preferred this to be in the traditional animated style. I don't know why they decided to go down this route. I think the more recent episodes are in this really pretty terrible CGI style, which for a new audience is fine, but if you're looking for a nostalgia trip, it does create a bit of a distance between you and your memories, because it just doesn't have the same feeling to it. But the voice acting, really good. The actual CGI style of the characters, and the quality of the CGI is a bit dodgy, but the characters do look like their more 2D animated counterparts, so in that way it's impressive. You will get some Mary Moo Cow in this. It throws in a lot of Arthur tropes that you can expect from the actual episodes. It's cute. It's not bad. It's not amazing. The ice cream bit particularly threw me off, but for the most part I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very sweet. It's a nice way to explore something I loved as a child without having any direct memories related to it. It was a fresh story for me, an emotional story, and if you were a fan of Arthur now, or if you loved Arthur growing up, it's easy to watch, it's comforting, it's emotional. Give it a watch if you're in the mood for something easy and quick. I think you'll enjoy it.